Good afternoon, students. So happy to meet you once again. See, today uh, we are going to revise the lesson to nutrition in animals. Okay. So, the last class we revised the lesson fiber to fabric, right? So, next week we have our exams. That's why let's revise the lesson to nutrition in animals. Okay. So, you know that all kinds of animals obtain food from their surroundings, right? Some animals feed only on plants, they are called herbivores, and some animals feed only on other animals like lion, tiger, wolf, etc. Right? So, these are called carnivorous, and some animals eat both plants and animals, they are called omnivorous animals. This is already we studied, right? So, next we studied nutrition in animals. The new process of nutrition in animals have 5 stages, right? What are they? Do you remember? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and digestion. Okay. So, what is ingestion? The intake of food into the body is called ingestion. Okay. The intake of food into the body is called ingestion. And next, what is digestion? The breakdown of food into simpler substances is called digestion. Okay. The breakdown of food into simpler substances is called digestion. And third one is absorption. Absorption means the uptake of the soluble substances produced during digestion by the tissues in the body is called absorption. Okay, repeat it everyone. The uptake of the soluble substances produced during digestion by the tissues in the body is called absorption. And fourth one is assimilation. Okay, the use of simple substances to build complex substances required by the body is called assimilation. Okay, the use of simple substances to build complex substances required by the body is called assimilation. And the fifth one is digestion. Okay, digestion means elimination of undigested food from the body is called digestion. Okay, here next we studied about nutrition in amoeba, right? So, what is amoeba? Amoeba is a microscopic organism, right? That is made up of only a single cell. Okay. How does an amoeba take its food? When it gets near food, it senses it and forms a finger-like projections, pseudopodia. Okay. This completely covers the food and this leads to the formation of a space or cavity called a food vacuole. Okay. Inside the food vacuole, some digestive juices are secreted and the food is digested. Okay. So it is then absorbed and assimilated and then the undigested part is thrown out through a rupture in the cell membrane. Okay. Now let's learn about nutrition in human beings. Okay. So nutrition in human beings. Okay. See, the food passes through many many organs, right, to complete the process of digestion. So the digestive system consists of alimentary canal or digestive tract, gallbladder, pancreas and liver. Okay, so the alimentary canal or digestive tract, gallbladder, pancreas and liver. Okay, so here we studied the 5 stages, right? So ingestion, digestion, uh, absorption, assimilation and digestion. Okay, so let's study the ingestion first. So what is ingestion? The intake of food into the body is called ingestion. Okay, the intake of food into the body is called ingestion. So the process of nutrition starts in the mouth, right? So food is taken into the body through the mouth. Okay. So in that we studied types of teeth, right? So see, there are actually 4 different types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Okay. So in adult human can have a maximum number of 32 teeth. There are 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars, and 4 or 6 molars in each jaw. Okay. So here first let's study about incisors, right? So incisors are located at the front of the mouth, and 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. Okay, so to total of 8. See, these have a sharp edge that is used to bite and cut or incise food, right? So into small pieces. So these are also called incisors or biting teeth. Okay, and the second type of teeth are the canines. So these are also called the tearing teeth. Okay, these are present on either side of the incisors, 2 in each jaw, that is total of 4. Okay, and the third type of teeth are premolars. Okay, so there are broad and flat teeth. They are present next to the canines, 4 in each jaw, and that is a total of 8. Okay, these are also called bicuspids. These are also called bicuspids. Okay, and the fourth type of the teeth are molars. Okay, so these are called crushing teeth or grinding teeth. Okay, so here we studied 4 types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Okay, so 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars, and 4 or 6 molars in each jaw. Understand that? So totally the adult has 32 teeth. Okay. Then the action of teeth. Uh, sorry. Here we studied about tongue. Okay. So the tongue has taste buds. Okay. So how many taste buds? Approximately 10,000 taste buds. Okay. So the taste buds are present all over the tongue, and our ability to taste comes from the taste buds. Okay. Present mainly on the tips, side, and back of the tongue. Okay, and the action of the teeth, tongue, and saliva changes the food into a soft mass called bolus. Okay, what's the name of that? Bolus. Okay, then this is the process of ingestion. So next we studied about digestion, right? So this bolus goes into the intestine. Okay, so the breakdown of food into simple substances is called digestion. Okay, the breakdown of food into simple substance called digestion. Okay, so mainly breaking down is happening in digestion. Okay, so the swallowed food has to pass through the throat to reach the esophagus. That means the bolus has to pass through the throat to reach the esophagus. Okay, so next we studied about throat or the pharynx. Okay, here the epiglottis is a flap of cartilage which keeps chewed food from going down to the windpipe to the lungs. Okay, so what is esophagus? The esophagus is a muscular tube. It connects the mouth and stomach. Okay, so the food cannot move on its own, right? So the tube or the esophagus has to move or shake to move the food through it. Okay, so the wall of the esophagus contract and relax, and this creates a wave-like movement called peristaltic movement. Okay, what is the name of that? Peristaltic movement. Okay, these movements help to pass the food into a large sac-like muscular organ called stomach. Okay, so what is stomach and what does it do? The stomach is a bag-like organ made up of muscles. Okay, the walls of the stomach are lined with a membrane called mucosa. Okay, what is that? Mucosa. The mucosa secrete mucus, and this protects the inner lining of the stomach. Okay, so the food is churned and made it into a paste in the stomach. Okay, so the action of the gastric juice and churning of the stomach changes food into a semi-digested food called chyme. What is the name of that? Chyme. Then the chyme then leaves the stomach and enters into the small intestine. Okay. So the small intestine has a long and narrow coiled tube connected to the stomach. Okay. As the chyme enters the small intestine, the bile from the gallbladder and pancreatic juice from the pancreas mix with the food. Okay. The bile juice helps in the digestion of fats. Okay. The bile juice helps in the digestion of fats. So what is pancreas? Pancreas is a large gland located just above the stomach. Okay. So the pancreatic juice break down carbohydrates, proteins and fats into simple substances. Understand that the pancreatic juice breaks down carbohydrates, proteins and fats into simple substances. Okay. That is starch in foods like potato, rice and wheat breaks down into glucose. Okay. Starch in foods like potato, rice and wheat breaks down into glucose. Okay. So do you know what is glucose? Glucose is a kind of sugar. Okay. Glucose is a kind of sugar. Okay. Then the protein in pulses, milk and fish are complex substances. Okay. So they are broken down into amino acids. They are broken down into amino acids. Okay. The amino acids are the building blocks of the protein. Okay. The amino acids are the building blocks of protein. Same way, fats in butter, oil, milk and meat are complex substances. Okay. These are broken down into fatty acids. These are broken down into fatty acids. Okay. Okay. So now we studied the digestion. Okay. So then the digestion continues in the small intestine. Okay. So the next process is absorption. Okay. So what is absorption? The uptake of the soluble substances produced during digestion by the tissues in the body is called absorption. Okay. So the inner wall are lined with thousands of small finger-like projections called villi. Okay. So the villi increases the surface area of the lining and makes absorptions more efficient. Okay. So it has a network of thin and small blood vessels. Okay. So the villi enable the nutrients present in the digested food to be absorbed and enter into the bloodstream. Okay. So when it is enter into the bloodstream, now it crosses the next process, that is assimilation. Okay. So in this process the nutrients are absorbed and utilized by the body. Okay. Now what is assimilation? The use of simple substances to build complex substances required by the body is called assimilation. Okay. The use of simple substances to build complex substances required by the body is called assimilation. Okay. Here the nutrients absorbed in the blood are transported and then the glucose is broken down into carbon dioxide and water in the cells. Okay. With the help of oxygen. Here the energy is released. Okay. Then amino acids are used to repair or worn out cells and tissues. Okay. And the fatty acids and glycerol act as energy. Okay. It reserves and stored for further use. Okay. Then the large intestine here, from here it moves to the large intestine. Okay. So the large intestine is broader and shorter, okay, than the small intestine. So it is 1.5 meter in length. It is 1.5 meter in length. Okay. Here the undigested food pass into the large intestine. Okay. And water and minerals are absorbed. Here the bacteria present in the large intestines helps in the digestive process. Okay. So after most of the water is absorbed from the undigested food or the semi-solid mass called feces. Okay. It is formed. Okay. So now the feces is stored in the rectum until it is removed through the anus. Okay, so this is a process of digestion. Okay, so the feces is stored in the rectum until it is removed through the anus. So what is definition? What is the definition of digestion? The elimination of undigested food from the body is called digestion. Okay, the elimination of undigested food from the body is called digestion. Okay, so today we revised nutrition in amoeba, okay, and nutrition in human. Okay, so you know that in animals or humans have 5 stages, that is five process, that is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and digestion. Okay, so the next class let's revise nutrition in ruminants. Okay, okay students, so let's revise in the next class. Okay, so everyone be ready to write the test. Okay, so the exams will be in the mostly in the next week. Okay, so let everyone revise the lesson, read the passage. Okay students, thank you.